Hey guys, welcome to another Ixalan draft video. A little sick for the past few days, so I didn't record anything. But here we have Corpses of the Lost. Skeletons you control get +1 and have haste. When Corpses of the Lost enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 skeleton pirate token. Skeleton creature token. So at the very least, it's a 3/2 with haste when it enters the battlefield. And then at the beginning of your end stand, if you descend to this turn, you can pay 1 life. If you do, return this to its owner's hand. So yeah, every time you descend, you can return this to your hand and cast it again. So it makes a lot of value, but it is pretty slow. And I don't think descend is that good, especially in best of one. Maybe it's better in best of three, but in best of one, descent hasn't seemed amazing. Okay, what is this? Whenever belligerent attacks, create a treasure token. Until end of turn, you may look at the top card of your library anytime, and you may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. So I was saying I wanted to do the descend, even though it isn't that great, but I think the crew cost is pretty high, but it can give you a lot of value, and I think blue-red is probably like one of the better colors in the format too. Yeah, but the descend, like for best of one, you just get run over so fast, especially with like hand smoother. The aggro decks just do better if the format has good aggro, and in best of three, descend might be a little better without the hand smoother. If we're not picking this, we could be picking like the Vanguard of the Rose, which is a pretty good 2-drop. But, let's just pick the rares and see what we get past for sure. Got a lot of good picks in this pack. I like the Saw Blades. 2 mana deal 5 to a tap creature, and then it turns into a 5/5 vehicle. Chomp is solid, 1 mana deal 2. Or it can deal more if you control a dinosaur. The Tote, the Tinker's Tote, the Pirate, and the Scout. I think the Scout's the strongest card out of those ones, but this is just a very good pack overall. Pick 4. You could take the Shadows. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone against Death Touch and Lifelink, put a Dread counter on Grasping Shadows. Then if there are 3 or more Dread counters, transform it. And then it turns into a land that adds black mana, or you can remove a counter. You can pay 1 black mana, remove a counter, and then you draw a card and lose 1 life. So yeah, there's definitely some value here. Otherwise, Surveyor is pretty good. And it goes into any deck. The Spiketail's fine. The Whirlpool's okay. The Scout is probably a fine 2-drop as well. I think I kind of want the Surveyor because it can go into any deck. And we don't really know what colors we are. Plus, it's an artifact as well, which is relevant in many of the decks of this format. Alright, pick 5. We have a Soul of the Lost. Again, I don't think it's an insane rare, but getting it this late could be a side. Otherwise, we have a Poison Dart Frog, which I do like as well. So looking between those two here, or I could take a Cave as well. But yeah, I think I'm gonna just take the Soul of the Lost. As an additional cost to cast this spell, I have to discard a card or sacrifice a permanent. And then obviously it gets better with Descent. Maybe we can go like blue-black Descent. Or black-green Descent. And there's another Plundering Pirate here. So when Kawadi Scavenger enters a battlefield, if there are 4 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. So it could be a 3 mana 3/2 that draws a card from your layer. We get 3 mana 3/2 that draws a card, which is great. The Pirate is so tempting. Like I could just like I know I could probably just force red blue, like some kind of red blue aggro deck, and just have a decent draft, but I mean, we haven't done the Descent thing, so we should try giving it a shot. There's a Grasping Shadows again here, but honestly, I think we can wheel the other one, and I kind of like the Deathcap Marionette as a good 2-drop, and it mills us 2 cards, which can get our Descent going. And obviously, Descent is whenever a permanent card enters your graveyard like creatures will trigger at the end of your turn. That makes sense. Like for this one, at the beginning of your turn, if you descended, so if a permanent card is put into your graveyard, you may pay 2 life and return this to your hand. I think this also can trigger the descent. Yeah. That's a solid pickup for us. Now we have a Spike Tail and a Tightening Blade. Titty Blade. I think I will take the Blade here. I think it's a solid removal spell if your opponent isn't going too wide with the 1/1s. And hopefully we can wheel the other dinosaur that we already passed. Otherwise, nothing else really great in this pack. Pick 9. Yeah, we could take the Hull, as it mills as a card every turn for Descent. And then eventually it can turn into a 4/4 vehicle, but you need Descent 8. Oh no. Oh no, yeah, you can just craft this with an island for 4 mana, and it becomes a 4/4 vehicle. And then if you have Descent 8, it's unblockable. Yeah. Yeah, that's solid for us. Okay, maybe. So we're either like black. We're black for sure, and then we're either black, blue, or black, green. So this belligerent probably isn't going to be played. Could pick up a spider, but I really like these caves, and we know we're going to be back. We're going to be black, so we might as well. Two mana 3/3 might be okay to stop some aggressive starts. But we could just take the Ray of Ruin. I wouldn't mind running one of them, but I'm not huge on this removal spell. Okay, I think I'm going to take it. Capybara. Capybara, 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 capybara. How we could take the 2 mana 3/3. Probably not going to play over the edge. Yeah. Okay. Couple of cards we won't play at the end of there, and we're on to pack 2 with Echoing Deeps, which may enter the battlefield tapped as a copy of any land card in a graveyard, except it's a cave, in addition to its other types. I was gonna say it's not what we want to do. This pack is pretty weak. Maybe Chart the Course is okay. Can trigger Descent and give us some value. We haven't picked up much removal, so it might be a big issue with a deck like this that's trying to go into the late game. Might just get killed really fast. I could take the Confounding Riddle as well, which looks the top 4 cards of your library, and I can put some into your graveyard, or I can counter something. But I think Chart the Course is a little better. Lots of good cards in other colors here. The Burstborn of Ixalan, the Clayfired Bricks. The Sun Crater is pretty fun. But for us, I guess we can take the Echo of Dusk, as it does become a 3/3 with lifelink if we have Descent 4. And that's definitely a solid way to stop those aggro decks. It's Eaten by Piranhas, which is pseudo removal. It's also a Snail, which I would love. And another chance. And the Skull Taker could be okay in this deck. Well, she got quite a few picks here, but since we're lacking on removal, I think I'm going to take the Eaten by Piranhas, which turns a creature into a 1/1 skeleton, and it loses all other card types, and it loses all its abilities. Sinosaur. I would like that card, but it's a dead weight here. And again, I'm just worried about being murdered early, so I'll definitely pick up a early removal spell. Pick 5. Hey, Cave Crawler's a really good Descent payoff. Another Death Cap would be great, but hopefully we can wheel it. But I don't think I want to pass this Cave Crawler. 3 mana 1/3 Death Touch, which is okay. Which is okay by itself. And then if you have Descent 4, whenever it attacks, you draw a card and lose a life. Pick 6. It's another Surveyor here. Or we could pick our first Blood Rage Mycoid. think I like having one of each instead of two surveyors. We only have one cave to grab anyways. Alright, there's a black-blue card. Uchbenbuk, the Great Mistake. Vigilance Menace, 6/4. Solid already. And then for 6 mana, you can return it from the graveyard to the battlefield with the finale counter, but you can only activate the ability if you have 8 or more permanents in the graveyard. So we're definitely just looking for things to mill us more. We have quite a few Descent payoffs already. This Another Chance is perfect. It can mill us and it can give us some value in the later game. Late game. Later in the game. Pick 9. Yeah, we did wheel the Confounding Riddle. And that's another way to get cards in our yards. Cards in our yards. Gotta write that line down for my next rap. This does have Descent 4, but I don't think this card is very good. But a 4 mana 2/5 does have a big booty. Maybe we just take this cave in case we get more cave stuff, though. Hey. Ooh, there's quite a few cards here. I think I'm gonna take the snail. As it's a good, like, 1/1 that's probably gonna end up in your graveyard for Descent, and it just does something when it enters the battlefield. Like, it gets value right away. It's pretty close here between the cave and the snail. It is definitely nice that we're wheeling a lot of the black cards. But we haven't seen any, damn, I'm forgetting the name of the card. But it's a 3 mana removal spell that gives a creature -5/-5 at instant speed. And they're common. Obviously, they're one of the better black cards, but seeing how open black is, would have expected to see at least one of them. Another Sentry. These Sentries aren't very good in our deck because they can only attack if an artifact enters the battlefield, and we're not really doing that, but... Ooh, nice. The Death Cap wheeling is amazing. I'm gonna cut this now. I usually do like making the deck as I draft to see what we have. Like, I'll cut cards that I immediately think are bad. But it's a little hard when I'm trying to talk at the same time to build a deck and to choose cards, but I'm sure I'll get better at it. The crewmate is amazing, but we're not an artifact deck, so it's not amazing in this deck. Gorestalker could be okay. We have a few 1/1s, but if we had more snails, I'd definitely be higher on the Gorestalker. But I think I'm going to pick the Nautilus. It's good early blocker, and later on it just trades up. Echo of Descent could be good as well. Yeah, I think I like the Nautilus here. Scriver gives creatures all -2/-2. It's another Deadweight and another Blade. I think I like the second Deadweight here over the Eclipse. I don't know how good this card is still. Yeah, again, for best of 3s, I like these kind of cards where you can side it in when you need it, but best of 1, it's not as good, I think. Pick 3. Got an Iceberg. And we got a Screaming Phantom. I don't see any one of these blue cards would be pretty good for us. I think I like the Iceberg. It's got some value. Draws a card and mills you right away. So you can trigger some Descent, and then later on it just becomes a 6/6. Hopefully we wield this Phantom, though. I wouldn't mind a one of flyer in this deck that mills us whenever it attacks. Pick 4. Got another Chart the Course. A Puzzle. Not a great pack for us. Only have the 1 flyers. The Chart the Course isn't amazing in this deck, but the Nautilus can attack pretty well as well. And I guess the Death Touchers are pretty decent at attacking. Okay, maybe I will run to chart the courses. Gotta talk myself into that. Got another confounding riddle. I was a little questionable in the first one. I don't know if I won in the second. I also have this Gnar, which again, I'm not huge on. So I guess I'll take the riddle. I don't know if I'll play 2 yet, but I really don't like any of our other options here. Could take the companion, but again, we don't have that much artifact synergy. Another pretty weak pack for us. We don't really have any ways to sack the drought. So maybe we just take the Brine Fang here. But again, I don't like this land cycler. Looks like black wasn't as open coming this way as it was coming the other way. Can we splat? We can maybe splash this. We do have one fault. Didn't promise. Wait, what is this one? Oh, this is. I thought this card was the same as Promising Vein. Just take the 2-drop here. I could take the Boulder as well. But I think the Boulder's a little too slow. Did wield the Stalker. Pick it up here. Don't know if I'll play it. I think this card is good too. When it enters the battlefield, the target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an artifact or creature from it. And then they discard it. And then I can craft this with 2 creatures. Okay, maybe that's better. We got a Gorstalker anyways. Over another chance. Yeah, we already have one. I don't think we'd run 2. And we got the Eclipse. Okay, so maybe black was open, but not many great black cards are open this pack. Did get a runaway Boulder anyways as well. Quite a few cuts to make. Right, alright. I think I forgot to talk at the last few picks, but there wasn't too much. There wasn't anything I wanted, so that's why I was quiet. Okay, let's go to deck building. We gotta cut 8 cards, it looks like. Probably not running this vault either. Guess 9 cards. Might want to run that Compass now. Alright, for 2-drops, we got some decent amount of 2-drops. Yeah, we got a lot of good 2-drops. Okay, we definitely don't need this Gnome. And I definitely like the rest of my 2-drops too, so 2-drops are good. 3-drops I don't want to cut. Same with 4. Maybe the Gnar can be Gnar. The Gnar can Gnar? Why do I feel like I'm saying Gnar wrong? But maybe this card can be cut. Let's put that on the side for now. Maybe the Gorestalker, but yeah, maybe the Gorestalker can be cut. We don't really want to be sacking our 2s. Maybe 1 chart the course can be gone. 1 of the Eclipses. Got the Runaway Boulder. Got the Gnar. We got the Brine Fang as well. 2 more cuts though. We don't need the Surveyor in this deck, I guess. Ooh, but we're pretty low on creatures. Maybe we do want another creature in here. Oh, we also have this song, which is pretty decent in a Descent deck as well. This gives a creature -X, -O, where X is the number of permanents in our graveyard. Guess we can cut 1 confounding riddle, but I really like this as a way to get cards in our yard. Otherwise, we have the Hull, We have the Chart the Course, Another Chance, 2 Marionettes. The Iceberg? Not that many ways though. So I like keeping the riddles, because we don't have too many ways to dump cards in our yard. The deadweights are really good as their permanents. They go to the yard after they kill something. Yeah, really tough picks. Yeah, I guess I will cut one riddle. I can run 17 cards because I'm struggling to pick things. Yeah, let's go one riddle, one Another Chance. And then just run 41 cards because it's too hard. It's too hard to make decisions. I don't care if it's wrong. But yeah, this looks like our final deck. Got some good early games, so we should be okay against cards. We should be okay against decks that are trying to run us over. The 2 deadweights and all the 2-drops we have. And then for late game, we got the Great Mistake, as well as some artifacts that flip, as this turns into a 6/6, and the Tithing Blade turns into a artifact that drains every turn. And then the Hulk as well. So we got ways to, like, it doesn't look like we have much on the top end, but we definitely do have ways to still close out the game. I think it's a pretty good looking deck. I expect this to go like 4 wins at least. But we'll see how we do. See you guys at the first game. Alright, game 1 on the play. Got our early game. So yeah, definitely a keep. We're seeing a Pack of Smokes with a red start, so hopefully these deadweights find some targets. But for now, we'll just play our Echo of Dusk and try to get 4 permanents in our yard to make it a 3/3 life, and it's dead. Oh. So the opponent is not playing an aggro deck, it looks like. They're also on a descent plan, potentially. This is a little risky, but I think I'm gonna Another Chance since I don't have anything else going for me. And thankfully I did hit another creature. So I could play out 2 2-drops this turn. Or I could just play out the Mycoid. Hopefully they don't have like another removal spell, because I'd rather just play out this turn. Because I don't want to discard a card or sacrifice a permanent to cast Souls of the Lost yet. Okay, that's a good deadweight target, and we'd get a 1/1. And we can ditch this Swamp now and play the Souls of the Lost. Yeah, that seems pretty good to me. They do have a lot of sack fodder. And I assume they have a lot of, like, sack outlets in their deck somewhere, which is a little scary. Get in for 4 and we get a 1/1 here, though. Callie's Favor. Wow. That's pretty sick. Thankfully those can't block. But, I mean, they're... Well, yeah, they can't block, so we can still attack in pretty good here. Let's play out the Swamp and attack with both. Hit for 7. And replay the Echo of Dusk. 1 permanent away from triggering the Descent there. A little worried they have that 6-drop that makes each player sack 2 things, but nothing we can do about that. Crafting their idol. Yep. Gives their creature +2 attack. Yeah, I don't mind taking 4 damage. Okay, we're looking pretty good here. They can crew that, so they have a 3/3 on the block. But maybe just Eaten by Piranha it. But if I sack my Necropolis, we also get some pretty good attacks. It's pretty close here. So I attack all. They try to trade with the Mycoid, and then I can eat them by Piranhas, their cart. Get in for 5 damage. Or I can just sack my cave, which will make this a 4/5 and then a 3/3. I can just attack with both of these. And play whatever we discover. I think I like saving my Eaten by Piranha, so I will just sack this land. And we got a Confounding Riddle. Yeah, I guess we can cast that. Oh, lots of good cards here. Maybe Snail is the best to get the last card out of their hand. Or the Iceberg for just some big value and a big creature. This is gonna buff our Souls of Lost like a lot here. And now they actually have to chump the Souls of the Lost or they die, so we can swing out and put them 2/1. And we get another 1/1, which is really relevant when your opponent only has 1 life. I think I'll get rid of the Iceberg. The removal spells are pretty good when the opponent is at such low life. Attack for 6 because they can't block. And sweet, we get game 1. That was a pretty great start for this deck. Hopefully we can keep that going in game 2. Alright, game 2, we're on the play again. It's an okay hand. We got a good early removal and some hand disruption. Play out the cave once again, as we're not casting any spells this turn, so might as well get the tap land out. And yeah, opponent looks like they are on an aggressive deck, but I like getting the 2 mana spell out before dead weighting their 1/2. Oh, this card's nuts. What does this do? Enters the battlefield with 3 net counters on her, remove a net counter, tap target non-land permanent, so it taps down something for a while. And then it can draw a card for each artifact it controls. Okay, so lots of value. This doesn't come down till turn 5, but... This deals 5 damage and then it becomes a 5/5. I think I'm gonna take away the Galleon. It's just too strong of a card. Really close there though. This is gonna give him a lot of value later. Now let's just play out our Cave Crawler. and hope they don't find a blue source for their braided net. Because next turn we could actually hold open the riddle to counter their braided net. And if they attack, I'll definitely block, and they'll probably just chomp it to finish it off, but that's fine. Still a two cards for my one card. They decide against it. And I think I'll save my deadweight, because our 1/3 blocks really well right now. Looks like they didn't find a blue source, but they will now. And I'll probably just deadweight the Surveyor. Yeah, let's deadweight the Surveyor. Play an island and pass. Once again. We'll counter the braids. So sweet, we took care of both of the cards I was really worried about in their opening hand. Both rares. Yeah, let's go for the block and trade here. Assuming they're just gonna chomp. Perfect. 2 cards in hand. So do I want to just... I'm really tempted to snail here. Because it might just double spell next turn. But it's so much more mana efficient to crack the Necropolis. The Necropolis? The Necropolis. Yeah. Damn. I actually don't know what's better here. I think I'm gonna play the snail. I really don't want them to double spell next turn. And we could probably Eaten by Piranhas, a scary creature. If they have one. Okay, getting rid of a militia is not bad. Pirates are pretty good. They have a militia anyways. Honestly, I think I will make that a 1/1. And turn off its abilities. So it can't start pinging me too much. It's almost has lifelink. So let's just discover and see what we hit though. That does suck. Honestly, maybe I do cut this card because we have a few enchantment removal effects that making them sack a creature can put us in awkward positions like this. But it did get our Descent online, which is definitely relevant here. So now we have a 3/3 lifelinker to play next turn. It might just be splashing the blue here. Ooh, wow, that's a great hit. Okay, we're not doing great anymore. I think I'm gonna take 5 more damage. Okay, Deadweight was an amazing top deck. And let's play out the Echo of Dust. We'll trade here. Nice. So I can craft with 2 creatures in my yard. Yeah, let's do it. Kind of sucks if we draw like our recursion effects, but getting the 5/4 menace is pretty good, and it's gonna mill us. So yeah, we might as well. We might get more creatures in the yard anyways. And next turn we can flip the Tightening Blade as well. And then at the beginning of our turn, our opponent loses 1 life and will gain 1 life. We're looking pretty good right now. Yeah, let's definitely do that. I guess I could exile the snail here. It's not really doing much for us. But one removal spell and they can start getting some pretty good attacks in. I'm assuming this is just a chump attack to discard a card and draw a card, so I will block here. Oof. They had a way to deal with our creature. Kinda sucks. Another chance is a great mill, and that's why I didn't exile the 4/3 last turn. Only hit the 1 creature though, but that's okay. And they can craft their idol too and start making their creatures have +2 attack. Which would mean I'd have to trade my Blood Rage for their 2/2. Unless I want to take 4. Yeah, I don't really want to take 4. That's great. And sacrifice a land. And play a 2-mana 9/10. Get in for 1 damage here. But yeah, like as long as we keep trading off the board, this drain 1 every turn will eventually win us the game. 4/3 Menace. 6/3 Menace, a little scarier. But thankfully can't attack this turn. Scout's a fine draw. I don't think putting 1 more counter on our Souls of Lost is relevant, so I'll keep the Trot the Curse. So let's just use the map on the Scout. Get in for 10 damage. Yeah, they can also pay 5 mana to craft this, but they need a dinosaur. They have 1 on the battlefield, but obviously they don't want to exile that, and they don't have any in the yard. Can attack for all here because they have to chump the 10 attack creatures, and they cannot block the 1/1. Boom. Alright, great. This deck is doing amazing. 2-0, on to the next game. Game 3 on the play. I'm gonna keep this hand, but we do want to find a black source, but we have a turn 1 Hull and a turn 2 Nautilus. Alright, let's play the Hull and pass our turn. Oh, can mill us card at instant speed, I think. Yep, so we'll just do it at the end of their turn. Another red deck. Nice, Million Island is good. Because we don't want to draw any more. But please, guys. Game, just give me 1 swamp. 1 swamp is all I ask for. No! No! I did it to myself! That's pretty funny, though. Do have a counter spell up here. I think that's worth countering. It'd be pretty hard to beat if they ever flip it. But they do get some free rummages here. Also, I missed 1 damage because I forgot this thing has vigilance, so the opponent should be at 19 HP. drew the swamp. And I think I like playing the marionette so I can keep open the Nautilus. But this is also a 3/4. But again, I don't want to discard, I don't want to sack anything yet. So I think I'll play that out a little later. Just get the fungus online and then probably get Descent for the Echo. Very nice. No, I forgot to attack again. Okay, missed 2 damage. Alright, gotta slow down. Just because I'm playing Descent doesn't mean I need to Descent. That's a really good card. And hopefully we find removal for it ASAP. Let's attack this time because of the vigilance. And now I think I will play the souls and just discard my great mistake because I can play that out later on. But yeah, whenever this attacks, it can tap 2 artifacts and or creature, and if he does, they discover. And if he does, he gets to discover 3. But he does not want to, makes sense, because I have a 8/9 on the board. But I guess they can double block and only trade from one of those creatures. So let's just play with the Blood Rage and mill on our turn, because this Descent could trigger. Now that this is 9 attack, it's a little more attempting to attack actually. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get a little aggressive. Whoa. I am okay with this. My 2-drop for your 5-drop and 4-drop. Maybe they have a board wipe, because that was kind of crazy. Didn't expect them to trade like that for sure. Nice little combo here as they can cast this by tapping some of their creatures, and then they tap the glyph to rummage. Let's just attack with our Nautilus and our 4/3. And play out our Cave Crawler. As well as mill a card to try to descend with our, yep, their Conide. Conide. my Mycoid. Pretty good value for them. Would like to draw a couple more lands. Whoa, what's this? Whenever you attack with 1 or more non-gnome creatures, put a +1/+1 count on this. Create that many 1/1 gnomes. Oh, but they're attacking, so I can block with them. Alright. But next turn they can do 2. Okay, need another removal spell for that. That kind of works, because it makes 1/1s. Oh no, it makes 1/1 equal to the number of counters on this, not its power. So it doesn't work. Let's attack for 2, and we can draw a card and lose a life. Snail's an okay draw here. Don't think I want to trade that off. But yeah, that gets rid of the last card in their hand. Oh, I really, really want to play out my life linker though. But, and the last card is probably pretty decent. And no need to descent. So I'll just pass here. So I won't mill a card on my turn. And maybe just start... I don't think I mill any more cards, and I just... Because my descent is already high enough that I don't need to mill for that anymore. Yeah, they're getting a lot of damage in. It's not looking too good for us. Maybe I should have just enchanted the Guardian last turn. Yeah, that might have been a mistake on my part. I took like 4 extra damage anyways, like for like no reason. Don't like that they topped either. There's one of the lands we need. Do have a life linker here, which is nice. Gotta keep that back for this turn. I really need to find a removal spell for this 3/4. And there's like 2. We can either draw the Eaten by Piranhas or the Ray. There's 2 in the top 16 cards. Yep, 2/2 flyer. These cheap flyers again, man. I say it every time I draft, but they're just too good. Hopefully they do attack with their... So the nice part here is he's gonna make a bunch of 1/1s and I get to gain 3. But the amount of 1/1s is getting overwhelming pretty fast. Let's trade here. Block as many 1/1s as we can. Looks like they have something. Looks like their last card is a removal, maybe. Damn, we don't even get to gain life because it has first strike. Yeah, we're probably just dead now. So next turn they can make 4 1/1s and we're taking 2 for sure. Yeah, I think we had that game in the bag and then, you know, opponent played a rare we couldn't deal with and that's the end of it. So I guess if I had not traded off my Souls of the Lost, probably would have been in a good spot as well. But didn't expect them to draw this good. Unfortunate, but let's go on to the next game. Game 3 on the play again, which is great, but our hand is not good. I think we got a mulligan this one. It's all... Yeah, it all doesn't do anything. 1 land. God, this is awful. So do we go to 5 cards with this hand? I think we go down to 5, yeah. Okay, so okay 5 carder. I think I'm gonna get a little greedy and pitch 1 swamp. And our 5-drop. Let's try with something like this. Opponent kept their 7 card hand, so very unlikely we win this game. Oh wait, they mulled to 5 as well. Okay. well then it's like, that's pretty good. Alright, we'll actually have a game here, so that's nice. Want it on blue-red with the militia. But losing cards in this deck, I feel like is more brutal for us. Because we really need a lot of separate pieces to like mill us. Like we need more pieces to make this deck work. Whereas they just need like a few creatures. Also, 3 toughness on both of those kind of sucks. But yeah, let's not think negatively. We could totally win this if we believe hard enough. It's just a 3/3. But he's gonna keep pinging us. Excuse me, where's your 2 help? 2 toughness creatures? This dead weight is dead weight in my hand. Let's see what I did there, guys. Is this even worth it? I guess I play this because I get to descend. But losing a land could be pretty bad for us. Tap my cave crawler. Or my blood rage, okay. Snail's an okay draw because I feel like they probably have a couple spells in their hand. Sort of a 3/1 haste, yep. But yeah, we still don't have any good attacks. This Needle's gonna beat us in the long game either once he flips it. But he does need another artifact to do so. I guess I could be attacking with the 1 attacks and then just dead weighting one of the other cards. But let's mill ourselves 2 first. Makes that a 3/4, which is nice. It's 2 free damage. He's got a really wide board state. And our crawler can start attacking once we get 1 more permanent in our yard. Let's attack something like this. Maybe I should have kept the 1/1 Death Toucher back. That's fine. There's an artifact that they can craft with. But they should attack first if they're gonna do that. Because they can exile it from the graveyard as well. Yeah, that's a bit of a mistake. I might have not blocked. Nice. So I could attack all here. Yeah, I think I like attacking all here. It's only bad if they triple block my Souls of the Lost, right? But if they do that, they take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. Yeah, I don't think they'll triple block. We'll see. I probably should have eaten by Pranas to save my 4-3, so bit of a mistake there as well. But I think I was so excited that they didn't block my my triple block my souls. And I was like, sweet, this all worked out. But yeah, for those keeping track, that's another punt. Let me know how many punts I make during this draft on the comments below. But we are looking real good here. Swing out once again. I don't mind losing a 1-1, and I don't care about killing their militia. And, like, I could have played this Pranas, made this a 1-1, so I traded. Whoa, discover 10? That's just a 4-3-3, and then he makes 6 treasure tokens. That's pretty funny. But they're tapped, so they can't shoot me. He hit the Sun's Creation, so he might have a lot more discover. But yeah, let's just keep attacking here. It's a good hit, I think. Don't know how many creatures I have in my yard. Yeah, I got a couple. Get their last card out of their hand, which is good. I think I want to do this now. So this is gonna have so many tokens, instant speed, so I don't need to do that right away. Let's just play the hull and pass our turn. I had a feeling they had a captain. They have a, like, if they had this card earlier, wow, it would have gone off in their deck, eh? Would have put 6 counters with the treasures they met as well. Bounce spells, like, yeah, they can bounce by 7, 8. Alright. Still win this. And they still have 5 treasures, so they can activate their map, or compass, or play their last card. We're just gonna mill ourselves one, and then another chance to draw 2 cards from our graveyard. Take the flyer. And I think I like taking the snail to just get rid of the last card in their hand. Well, it's another haster, which is good. So let's start with the snail. And this is a skeleton. No, it's a fungus, not a skeleton. Because this gives skeletons +1 and +0. Okay, so do we have lethal? Yes. I think this gives us lethal. Because they have to block this 3-2 and then they take 2 damage. Nice. Alright. 3-1. Feeling pretty... I think this deck is really fun. There's a lot of cool Descent stuff going on. So all that shit I was talking about Descent, I take it back. It can be viable if you get all the good early game. This is madness. This is madness. Hey, this is madness. My descent into madness. Ooh. Okay, on the plate again. We're winning all these die rolls. I'm not complaining about that at all. Good hand. Let's get this game started. Another mountain. Because red is just that good in this format that everyone's playing it. So attack for 2 here. And we can just draw 2 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in our hand. We'll go to 7 after this. So we're not too worried about having more than 7, because if you do, you gotta discard down to 7 cards at the end of your turn. Red, white. Some kind of art. Red, white, green. Uh-oh. Now I'm scared. They're probably got some big dinos. It's a decent dead weight target. But I think I like playing the 4-3 this turn. I guess I could keep open a counter spell. Yeah, that might be okay, just keeping open the counter spell. Because they have 5 mana next turn, potentially. And if they don't do anything, I can just find something. The Tinkerer's Tote. Is that worth countering? I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna look for something to play. Another chance, maybe? Yeah. I can get back creatures and we get our Echo Desk to become a 3/3 lifelinker. A little unfortunate that they didn't play anything huge. As I'm feeling it, here comes the big dinos and our deck. I mean, we have some Death Touchers I guess we can find, which might help us out. But I think our deck has some difficulty against big dinos. Yeah, let's just cast this out. Deal some more cards. We lost our removal spells. We didn't hit any other creatures. Okay, that was pretty bad. I was just so sure we had that we already had 2 creatures in the yard, but clearly I'm dumb. So what would have been better that turn? I guess maybe to play the Death Cap and then use the other chance. So we get to mill 2 more cards, but then we wouldn't be able to cast out any of the creatures we got from the yard. Yeah, this is going to be a tough game to win when our removal is in our yard. But maybe they can't ever kill the Souls of the Lost, and we have a small chance. Drawing a little bit too much land as well. There's the other removal spell in the yard, and it's looking bad. Our situation is looking bad. This might be a bit of a long game if we end up having a huge board and the opponent can't attack, and then we can't attack into their creatures because they're too big. And they have so much life on board as well. So I feel like we might actually lose from milling ourselves this game. But yeah, I think that's all our removal. The only thing left is like the card that makes them sack a creature, which is not good. But it flips into something that drains every turn, so I guess it wouldn't be the worst draw. Oh, they have a deconstruction hammer. So I guess it is a pretty bad draw, because now they can destroy it with the hammer. Awful draw. or just play land and pass. Draw 9 lands compared to their 5. Opponent passed. They didn't even activate their hidden volcano. Alright, I guess I'll just pass as well. I feel like they might have a wrath. They're just gonna kill me with this Altasaur. Oh no, they can ping me for 2 for every single turn. Alright, I think we are... Like, we could probably scoop this up, but let's just play it out real fast. Like, even if this becomes like a 30-30, they have infinite 1/1s to block it. And we're going to be taking 4 damage per turn now. It's a real fast clock. Yeah, I don't think we could have really played this game differently. We just got pretty unlucky with the mills, but I mean that's what happens sometimes when you play these kind of decks. Sometimes you mill all the cards you need. Well, cards left in my library. And yeah, I don't think we have like yeah, there's nothing we can really draw. I might just edit this part to save you guys some time. No. Hey, look, a flyer. Oh, they have reach. Yeah, we'll draw one more time and I'll just scoop this up. There's no point of me playing this one out. Because we can't ever kill these and they can chump our big creatures forever. 3-2. A little unfortunate. I thought we'd be doing better. Okay, we are on our last life. I expected this deck to go like 4 wins, so hopefully that dream comes true and we at least get 1 more win. Just mill right now for some time saving, because otherwise it pauses between every step. See what they got going on in their hand. Oh yeah, lots of good stuff. Lots and lots of good stuff, wow. This is gonna be tough. I don't even know what to take. Like, all these cards are gonna beat us in the late game. Oh man. I mean, they're thinking the bricks to hopefully stop them on some lands. Or the mural, because that's gonna beat us late game for sure. But this is gonna become huge as well. Wow. Guess I take the mural. There. Their hand is insane. Their deck must be nuts. Wow. It's not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see like 4 lands and like 2 relevant spells. But let's start this combo. And as long as I hit a permanent, which I did, I can return this to my hand. Recast it next turn. So hopefully we can just put enough pressure on them to kill them before they can get insane value from all the cards in their hand. Losing a scout does suck though. That's a good creature to put pressure on them as well. But I guess we're playing corpse like every turn for a while anyways. So just be stuck in our hands. When I'm playing your tote. Guess we just want to play the Corpse of the Lost, so we can't really hold up the riddle right now. Yep, I don't mind trading for their 1/1s. Makes their brick a little worse. It's gonna be hard to beat that gem guard right now, though. Oof, we didn't hit a permanent. Okay, that's real bad. So we cannot cast the corpse again next turn. A little unlucky. And now they can exile our corpse. Damn it. That blows. Oh wait, did they mess up? Oh, it's an enchantment. They can only hit artifacts or creatures. So a bit of a mistake from our opponent there. Oh, are they going to concede because it's a mistake? Okay, they can still hit our waterlogged hull, which does help quite a bit. So it's not the end of the world, and that was a great draw for us. But we do know they have this Petrify in hand. So maybe we just riddle and get the corpse back into our hand at the end of turn. Because if we play... Ooh, this is pretty close too. Do we want the snail or the iceberg? I guess iceberg is just better here. Yeah, because if we play this, they just here, petrify it. And we can't even get the descent value. But if we get them to use this petrify on something else, then we can play out the great mistake. Alright, they finally decided to put the gem guard. I guess they'll make it a 4/4 here. But we do have the dead weight to finish it off after it blocks one of our skeletons, so not too bad for us. And the dead weight goes to our yard, which will trigger descent once again. Yeah, let's just play out another skeleton. Attack for 3. And try to mill another permanent. We're getting lower and lower on cards, but hopefully we do not deck ourselves. Lots of life gain from the opponent as well. Alright, finally decide to use this Petrify. So I will play out the Great Mistake now. Just kidding. I will play out the Lost Souls and the corpses of the Lost. As we can sacrifice the pacified Marionette to cast this card out. That opponent is over it, and we did get to those 4 wins. Nice. And I'm really glad that that game happened, because we actually got to see the Corpse of the Lost pop off as this single-handedly won me the game. Well, in conjunction with all my self-mill. So, you know, a little pat on my back for constructing the deck to mill myself. Alright, see you next game. Game 6, I think. And we are finally on the draw. Honestly, I think we were on the play like every single time. So it's fair that we are on the draw. Exact same start from the opponent, but they look like they're black-green. We're probably both Descent decks. Yeah, I think I like getting the 2/2 on the board. Just put some pressure on them if they don't have anything early. And maybe if we need a land next... Oops. Maybe if we need a land, I'd play the Iceberg to try to search for some. But this seems okay. But I did have the dead weight to immediately kill my Echo, though. 3/4 reach. I don't mind attacking here. They'll probably trade. Oh, they didn't trade. I was hoping they traded, but we can chart the course to draw a couple cards. And yeah, we can take a look at their hand. We'll take a little bit of damage, but I think I like disrupting them. They do have a defossilize. Only card we could hit is the Tithing Blade, and they got a removal spell and a defossilize. So they get to return their 5/6 onto the board here, which is a bit of a problem. But I do have an Eaten by Piranhas, so not the total end of the world, I guess. But I guess even if it becomes a 1/1, it's still a 3/3 because it has 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Okay, let's draw a card, mill one. He kept a snail on top, so I'll probably just pitch a swamp to that. Play out the hull and the Nautilus. So they'll probably kill my 1/3 Death Toucher with their Final Strike and hit me for 11 damage. So maybe... No, even if I had the Eaten by Piranhas, both their creatures... well, if I had my Eaten by Piranhas open, it would have worked right there, but I would have used the Spike Tail if I were them. And maybe they would have if I had 2 mana open. Yeah, we're all the way down to 4 here. Mill a card just for fun. And get rid of a swamp. Okay, that's an okay draw here. It's a 4/5. Okay, first off, let's make this a little smaller. And let's mill 2. Then let's cast out the Souls of the Lost and sacrifice a land or discard a card. Let's see. Okay, so we can sacrifice the hull even. We definitely don't sacrifice the land. I guess we sacrifice the Dread. It's my least favorite of the cards on the board. Yep. So we definitely need 6 mana to flip the Iceberg, and we need the 6 mana to activate our cave here. Oh, another bomb. I might have to eat my Piranha's that, because let some exiled dinosaurs from their yard and cast them out again. But, or our yard, I guess. It also just lets them eat cards from our yard to make our souls smaller. So yeah, that we definitely eat him by Piranha's out. Oh, another chance spell. This sucks. Like I'm always milling that card. Don't think we're winning right now, but it's close. We get to flip our Iceberg once we draw a land, and then we'll have a 6/6 on the board. But yeah, milling that another chance is brutal. That was one of our like best draws in our deck. Another Spike Tail. Do I want to mill cards? We have a lot of good draws now, though. I think I gotta slow down on my mills. I don't think I'm gonna mill 2 there. It does make our soul smaller, but I feel like they're gonna have 1 hard removal somewhere in their deck anyways. And as soon as we lose this big boy, it's probably game over. Just a snail. Should I mill myself 1? No. Nice. Fire is pretty good. Again, they do have a spider. Okay, finally hit our land. So I might mill myself now that I've hit a land. So sack something? The flyer can't really get in, so yeah, weird, but as long as they have a 3/4 reach on the board, you can't really attack into it. Well, we don't have a artifact in our yard. Shoot. That was a mistake. Okay, so instead, I think we flip the hull because it can be unblockable. You are just stunned in our yard. And but we don't have enough. I'm playing this game pretty poorly, sorry guys. We still need 2 more cards in our yard for the Descent to work on this. Because I forgot that so many cards have been exiled from my graveyard that we are no longer at Descent 8. And they get to start draining 1 every turn. I think we're probably dead anyways then, if I just realized they can drain us one every turn, so guess it didn't really matter. Ah. Oh, so funny. Okay. So we do this now. Because that might keep us in the game. We get to gain one life and they get to drain us one, then we get to drain one, but we cannot immediately flip it. Just a 1/1, no problem. I think that's okay as well. Do we have a 1/1 Death Toucher? If they decide to dump on all one creature. Let's craft this. And as unfortunate as it is, I think we have to use one of the creatures in the yard, even though that makes our Gondola not be able to attack yet. But yeah, I guess we kind of did screw ourselves over by not milling the 3 extra cards we could have. Was a little worried about decking out. Do I want to sacrifice my Gondola here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers. 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. How are we gonna win this game? I really need this 4/4 to win the game. Yeah, I think opponent just is gonna have too much pressure. Draw's pretty bad, but we do have an artifact in our yard now, so we can lip this. No attacks. Fortunately, we've milled way more than they have, and we will deck first. And they got a lot more fat than I do. Oh. Still can't really attack here. No, a flyer from the opponent. Removal? We need to find removal. We still have some removal, so hopefully we do find it. That's not it. Discover 4. That also doesn't work. I think that kills us, yep. But let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's attack with our 7/4 menace. Oh no, it has 7 attack because of the Corpse of the Lost is also a skeleton. Okay, okay. I thought I thought his attack was equal to how much descent I had. No misplay there, but yeah, I do think we're dead. So let's see if we hit something else to discover. There's our raid that we needed. Dig, dig, dig. Dig, dig, dig. Yeah, take one. Attack us for 2. And we are dead. Please, sir. Please, sir, just attack. Just put me out of my misery. Weirdly enough, I was worried about all those aggro decks, but I guess our deck had so much early game interaction and dispels that the aggro matchups were really good for us, and these slow grindy matchups were actually a little worse for us. But we did have 4 wins. That's what I expected for this deck. No, I did not have fun in this match. It was long, and I got my ass beat. But hopefully you guys enjoyed Pain My Misery. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.